YouTube friends and vinyl community, it's Steph. Welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'm going to continue on with my series where I'm going through my vinyl record collection and deciding what I'm going to keep and what I'm either going to donate or sell. So I just have a random stack here like I usually do. I'm going to start with Twisted Sister, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. And this is from 1983. It's an Atlantic release. Look at this. There's Dee Snider on the back with the makeup and the hair and all the other guys. You know, they're famous for their song, We're Not Going to Take It. This doesn't have that song on it. I remember listening to this and not being too impressed with it. Maybe I should give it another chance. So far, I'm going to get rid of Twisted Sister. And I know that probably might upset some of you out there. But if I'm not going to listen to it, I'm not going to keep it. Next, Missing Persons, Spring Session M. I've listened to this, I don't know, hundreds of times. I love this album. It's from 1982. It's a Capitol Records release. And this has a lot of hits on it. It has Words and Destination Unknown and Noticeable One, Walking in LA. All the songs on here are good. I love US Drag and It Ain't None of Your Business. This is a great band. I've seen them about 6 times and I absolutely love them. Dale Bozzio is a real badass lady. I think she did some work with Frank Zappa way back in the beginning, maybe some backup vocals from what I remember reading. And I think at the time she was married to Terry Bozzio, who of course is a world famous drummer. And Warren Kurkulo, hopefully I pronounced his last name correctly, did some work with Duran Duran. He was in Duran Duran too. So very cool. Next is U2, and this is Boy. And I love this album. It's kind of moody. It's from 1980, Island Records. It's not the best copy. A lot of my records are a little bit shot, but I bought them quite a bit ago for, I don't know, $1 or $2 when I started collecting them in the 90s. So I love this album and I'm going to keep it. So keeping U2. Next, John Waite, No Breaks. Okay. So this one, I don't know. It has Missing You on it. I really love that song, but I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I can get that song anywhere. I think he's very talented, but I just don't think I need to have this. This is an EMI America release, and yeah, I think that's going to be in the go pile. Here's another one. Don't know much about this. It's not really my jam. This is the very best of Slim Whitman. From what I've read about him, he worked with Elvis and maybe he went on tour with him. He's known for his soprano voice, and this is kind of like country, I think is what it is. And it's old school, you know, 50s on through. Well, I don't know too much about him. Maybe if you do, let it in the comment section below. I don't want to give any false information. It's got a little cutout on it. He's a pretty handsome looking guy. And if I were a bigger country fan and I was more into old school 50s, I might keep this. But maybe someone else will appreciate it more than me. So Slim Whitman is going to go. Next is Yazoo, and this is a 12-inch of Nobody's Diary and State Farm. I got this for 50 cents at a record store called Streetlight Records many years ago, and it plays pretty well, although it's not the best quality on the cover. State Farm's a really great song. It's synth pop, 80s synth pop, and it's a very danceable song. And Nobody's Diary is a really good kind of a emotional song, and what a great cover this is. It's a little rubber ducky. So show you the front first and then the back. In the bath, out of the bath. So keeping this one, And oh, another thing about this too is that so Yazoo features Alison Moyet and also Andy McCoy, who is a big member of Erasure, and he writes most of their music. So very cool. Another fun fact. Okay, another one I'm keeping is The Infected, and I love The. And it took me a few listens. I initially had this on cassette and then I picked it up on vinyl years later, but it took me a few listens to really get into this whole entire album, but it really grew on me and I really love it now. Infected is the big hit on this album, but the rest of the songs are great. It's got, it's got a little bit of jazzy elements in it, and it's definitely alternative music, post-punk music, and it's just really cool. They're kind of an interesting category to put in, but I love. I think Matt Johnson is the singer. I love his lyrics, and 1986, and this is CBS Records. Next, this copy's kind of thrash. This is an import, Wilder from the Teardrop Explodes. I believe this is their second album, and of course it's got the cutout too. I haven't listened to this in a long time, but I do remember enjoying it, and the Teardrop Explodes features Julian Cope. So I'm going to keep this. And let's see what I have next here. The Cars Panorama, definitely keeping this. This one is from 1980 and it's an Elektra release. So this one's got Panorama on it, Touch and Go, Don't Tell Me No. It's just a great album. This whole entire album's good. Next one. Bram Chayovsky. I hope I didn't butcher that last name. I probably did. But this is a Polydor Records release. And I have heard, I think, one song from him on a compilation. And I've got to listen to this again. But this is something that I'm not going to get rid of. I'm going to keep this and I'm going to listen to it again. And from what I know, this was released in 1978. And I'm guessing it's kind of like a post-punk type of album, and I'm gonna keep it. So forgive me, I don't have too much information, and I seriously haven't listened to it since 20 years ago. The Human League, there. A&M Records, definitely keeping this one. And it's got all their pictures inside. There's the two girl singers. And so the songs on here are Love Action, I Believe in Love. Oh, that's such a good song. And of course, Don't You Want Me. And the things that dreams are made of, and that's pretty good. And The Sound of the Crowd is really a great song too. I will definitely keep this one. And okay, here's one probably not going to keep. This is a 12-inch of Jody Watley's Some Kind of Lover. And she was famous, really famous in the 80s for a few songs, Looking for a New Love and Real Love. And, don't get me wrong, I really like Jody Watley. But I don't ever listen to this, maybe once in a blue moon. So I don't think I need to have it, but I think she's a really great singer and I really enjoy her music. It's very danceable. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say goodbye to this one. Next up is Midge Ure, and this is Answers to Nothing. And this is a Chrysalis release from 1988. And he was in Ultravox and Visage. So I'm going to get rid of this. I think Midge Ure is pretty cool, and I do like Ultravox and Visage. But this album, I think I'm gonna part with, so I just don't listen to it. And so it's going, in case you want to know what tracks are on here: Answers to Nothing, Take Me Home, Sister and Brother, Dear God, The Leaving So Long, Just for You, Hell to Heaven, Lied, Homeland, Remembrance Day. Goodbye, Midge, I'm sorry. Next up, UK Squeeze. And I'm going to keep this one. This one has Strong and Reason, which is a really great song, and Take Me, I'm Yours. And what a funny cover. Look at the back here. And this is post-punk. It's got a lot of synth in it. It's an A&M Records release. And it is from 1979. And so yes, keeping it. Fun, quirky, love this kind of post-punk music. Next is something I purchased just a couple years ago. This is T-Rex, Electric Warrior. It's a new copy. It's got some great songs on it. Jeepster, Cosmic Dancer, Get It On, Bang-A-Gong. Yeah, so that's a 1971 Polydor release. T-Rex, gotta love it. 70s glam rock is great. Up next is The Members at the Chelsea nightclub, and I'm definitely keeping this one. The first time I heard this band was on a music compilation video, and it was Erga Music War, and I went to the video store and got a VHS of Erga Music War. I said, oh, that looks really interesting. It had a lot of great bands on it, like Gary Newman and Klaus Nomi and the Go-Go's and the Dead Kennedys, and surf punks were on there, and it was just filmed all over the world, and it was really a great music live concert video compilation. So I saw The Members on here, and they did this song called Offshore Banking Business live, and that is on this album, along with Solitary Confinement, which is a great song too. I've heard that on a compilation as well. This is off of this is Ambient Images and then Virgin Records. I believe that maybe they might have been on Stiff Records, but I could be wrong. But I do like them. They're a great mix of post-punk and reggae. They sometimes remind me a little bit of the Clash, but they're really their own sound. I definitely recommend this album if you haven't heard it before. Very cool. Okay. Next, I'm going to get rid of this one. I already have plenty of Romantics albums, although this is a really great album. It's a demo, and I just don't need too many copies of it. It's falling apart. It's got When I Look in Your Eyes. I love them. They're, you know, great classic 80s rock. This has, of course, What I Like About You, Tell It to Carrie, Keep in Touch. This is from 1979, and the Romantics are great. I love them. I do have other albums, but I'm not going to keep this one. So goodbye, Thrashed Romantics copy. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for today, and I'll be back with more hopefully next week. And if you know anything about that Slim Whitman or that Midge or you want to complain about me getting rid of the Twisted Sister and you do like it, let me know what your favorite songs are on it, and maybe I'll listen to it again. Until then, I will see you soon. All right, guys, have a good week. Bye.